Awez, and today we're reacting to Young Philly is finally returning to the UK. Honestly speaking, he's back. Young Philly is coming back to the UK, and I think it's probably going to be there for like a month because that's what they were asking. Then he's going to go back to Australia, right? Is this a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know, because again, we don't know if this Oki is guilty or innocent or not. So until I know, I'm not going to really say if this was a good thing or a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? But let's actually see what's going down. So without further ado, comment, like, subscribe. Let's start.
So some good news for once for young Philly. Now he has been granted permission to return to the UK for Christmas while awaiting the trial in Australia. The 30-year-old faces multiple charges, including rape, sexual assault and assault stemming from an alleged incident in a Perth hotel room last year. He appeared at court today where a judge approved the changes to his bail condition, allowing him to leave the country. He must return to Western Australia by January 7th, 2026 and surrender his passport the following day. His trial is scheduled for July 2026, so we'll still have around 7 months waiting in Australia when he returns. Now, the Australian authorities here have to have a little bit of leeway because they've already kept him in the country for a year waiting to go to trial, and by the time he finishes his trial next year, he'd have been there 2 years without seeing any of his family in the UK. It could go either way in the trial, where young Philly could be found innocent and they would have a lot of making up to do if they did not let him to return to the UK at all. So we'll still see what happens with this. It's a pending situation. His bail conditions probably...
Yeah, especially if that's the case though, because there'll be like 2 years and then he's starting to go to Spain for another charge, which is crazy, dog. So many years. Because if he's innocent, listen, if he's innocent, that's messed up. That is messed up, Joe. I can't make content, I can't do nothing for what? 2 years. Let's say the other one probably gonna be like what? 3 years, 2 years, or that's like 5 years without making content. And you know how this content game is. 5 years ago is not something that we're doing right now, bro. It's too different, the landscape. Not saying that he couldn't come back. I'm just saying it's very different now.
Will mean that he still cannot speak when he's in the UK. He'll just have a low profile and most likely spend time with his family. Now, HS TikToky on his stream actually responded to the last update we gave on this situation. He said he didn't even know about the Magaluf case. It was all in the media, but there is confusion around it. So we'll clarify after what is going on with that situation. So there's been a little update in the young Philly situation. He wants to return to the UK. He's put in his application basically saying...
Has he been locked up or has he been on bail?
Woman has accused him over there. So for the next year, young...
What? He's been accused in Magaluf as well. Wait, it weren't just Australia. Fiddler, what are you doing, bro? Bad enough fiddling in Australia. You've been fiddling in Magaluf as well. Probably with a fresh 18. That's mental.
Least is gonna...
When did that happen? I didn't hear about that. Fiddler, you've been getting too busy, bled. What you doing, bro? Bro, if Fiddler didn't fiddle, the fact that he's been, you know, locked up, or not locked up, but on bail now in Australia for a year, probably like fallen off a significant amount. It's peak. It is peak.
In Australia, young Philly was reported and he was charged. What the articles are basically saying here, in terms of the Spain Magaluf situation, it's slightly different. Is that young Philly was reported and he has not been charged yet. So even young Philly himself may have first heard about this in the papers. It was just a report that has happened. In this part of Spain, they keep things behind closed doors, which is the right way to do things. You don't want to slander people straight away. But this essentially has been leaked to the media through someone that young Philly has been reported over here. Now, like I'm saying, if you report someone to the police, they do their investigations and they do not notify the person that's been reported straight away until they're essentially charged for that offense. So like I said, people on young Philly's side of things or whoever may not know that this has happened until they've seen it in the media that he's been reported. Now, it's up to the police to decide whether they got enough evidence, but in them articles they were also saying two things. One is that it was last summer and then straight away he's got arrested in Australia, so that is delayed things on their decision. And also their Spanish authorities actually do things the correct way, and I actually agree with this. Over there they do things behind closed doors. That's why I said the corruption lies, because this has been leaked to the media by someone and obviously deemed to be a credible source by Daily Mail or Metro, that there was a report made about young Philly. They've heard about the Australian situation and they've gone to the media, maybe been paid some money behind closed doors, and they've said that he's been reported over here, and obviously the police are considering it. Now, even young Philly himself, if he come out and say he does not know what is going on, it's because he has not been charged for that offense. And it may come out that we hear nothing else from the Magaluf situation because they're meant to deal with this behind closed doors. You only hear about this.
So this was kind of a way to discredit him or something. Because if somebody was willing to pay for that thing, that means they knew what was going on down there, right? And how did they even contact the paper? You know what I'm saying? There's some foul play that's happening, guys. There's some foul play that's actually happening. Hey, bro. I'm kind of. Let me keep quiet. I don't want to lose no
Again,
potential
in the future,
deals.
if they decide to charge him after this Australian situation. So yeah, it's important to clarify right now, it's a different situation. Young Philly's not been charged over in Spain yet. They haven't had the chance to even do that. There's not been enough time, and there is numerous sexual offence cases, unfortunately, that happen in Magaluf. So again, when women go to the police, things take a while to investigate. The main thing is here that the media are saying, the Metro and Daily Mail, is that they've essentially not decided if they've got enough evidence to charge him, and it's been leaked to the media. And that's where the corruption in this lies, because it has put slander on his name. It has made people look differently at it, because it's another woman reporting him in another country, is what was said in the article. But there is a chance that Young Philly gets charged for this, and there's a chance also that we never hear about this again, other than this article that come out that was leaked. Because everything behind there, like I've said numerous times, is meant to be behind closed doors. That is only the point of where corruption lies here. But obviously, Daily Mail and Metro have got things wrong in the past, like Bouncer Seb. Obviously, it has been a leak that they deem credible.
YouTuber and rapper Young Philly has been accused of raping a tourist in Magaluf. The 29-year-old, whose real name is Andrew Felipe Valencia Barrientos, is being investigated by a judge in Palma over the alleged hotel attack, which is said to have happened last summer. It comes after the influencer pleaded not guilty to a string of sex attack charges in the Australian city of Perth earlier this month. Now it's emerged a British tourist has accused Young Philly of forcing himself on her at a holiday resort in Magaluf, who later reported the online star to UK police after she returned home from her holiday. Young Philly was arrested in Brisbane and extradited to Perth last October, and is scheduled to return to court in June to face a string of sexual assault charges. The investigation in Palma is now underway, and sources have claimed the magistrate in charge of the Spanish case has contacted authorities in Australia through formal channels so they can try to question Barrientos under oath on behalf of the Spanish authorities.
Now, always we remain impartial, right?
Wait, so they are charging him now? Now are they charging him? Because is that the truth? Because now I'm kind of doubting whatever the media says. Is that the truth? Is that what really happened? Does anybody have any documents to show us that they actually send the thing to the Australian government? Is that the truth?
Australia have heard that a woman over there has been sexually assaulted. They've acted fast. Not only has the woman filed her report and got it all done, they've decided to charge him. Obviously, they've delayed things, and it has taken a horrible amount of time, if he is innocent, delaying his life right now. But they've acted on this really quickly. In Spain, obviously, a few months have passed, and already he's been arrested in Australia. From seeing in my research, they actually do sometimes take a very long time in Spain to decide to prosecute someone. So it's still a little bit of a thing looming in the air. But right now, it's not something Young Philly's going to have to directly deal with. But like I said in my last video, if they do decide to charge Young Philly once this Australian case is over, then he will have more legal situations to deal with. So we'll see. We may never hear about that Magaluf situation again. It might just stay behind closed doors and they realize they ain't got enough evidence, but it could also come back up once again. And we'll keep you notified as always on this page. Apparently the police that would...
But if he is guilty though, and I mean of both things, of both accusations, yeah. But that's why you gotta stop doing this, guys. You gotta also stay safe out there too, ladies. You know, try to stay safe, cause like sometimes you might see somebody that's big and you wouldn't think there will be some slimy shit because of course they big. They could get any chick they want, and sometimes it's not really the case. Sometimes they just want you in particular because they know they can get you easily, and that's by whatever means. You know what I'm saying? I'm not somebody that likes to talk about these type of things because, hey, bro, it's a scary thing, bro. It's a scary thing for both sides. If one, whichever is a victim in this whole thing, right? Because if you're a dude and you're getting you're a dude and you're getting accused, you lose everything. You lose everything, bro. Like even people that you thought were cool with you, just keep a distance. You know what I'm saying? They don't even like talk about you like you never existed ever again. Erase you from history type of ish. And that's why it's happening, right? That's why the charges, that's when you're still innocent, right? Technically in court, you're still innocent, right? But in the public, you're guilty, mad guilty, right? Then if you're a lady and it's true that you're the victim as the lady, it's just the amount of mental trauma, amount of emotional thing that happens in that time is just crazy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should actually like watch some cases where victims actually spoke up about these type of situations. Hey, bro.
Possibly be investigating that young Philly situation in Magaluf if it does exist and the report is there. Apparently, the Spanish authorities try their hardest to keep things behind closed doors, but often it's people that are well known that have the situation leaked. Just a report right now. Anyone can be reported for anything. And the point I was getting across is that even if he was charged for this offence, then he might not have still done it. He would then have to go over to that country and fight their legal system. He could still be innocent for both in this situation, but my point I was making, it could take years out of his life to fight these cases if he's charged for this one that has been put out now on the tabloid. A similar sort of thing happened to Andrew Tate in the UK, where things were looming in the tabloids, and all of a sudden a year or so later it has come out that he's getting extradited back to the UK to face these charges. This situation with young Philly's become a little bit more complicated with different legal systems involved because of all the different countries. He's from the UK, the Australian one, the Spanish one, and there's all different systems in place for each of them countries. All the cases we cover right to the end. The Noel Clarke thing, we spoke about how they tried to ruin his career. The Benjamin Mendy, we made a long documentary about that and how he was innocent, and the same will happen if young Philly is found innocent as well. And it's always the process that is the punishment. That is my main point. We might not hear about the Magaluf thing for 2 years. That in itself is punishment before the person is found guilty or not guilty. This has had a major impact on his life, and if it comes out at the end of all of this that it was made up accusations against him, there will be a massive lawsuit that young Philly will be doing against the Australian authorities just because of how much is...
Oh yeah, he can do that. Yo, cause like I'm thinking now, bro. If he's innocent, right? If he's innocent, and they just took so much from him, bro. I don't know what to do. But you can apparently sue them. You can sue them. Oh, I'll sue them. Out of them, boy. Hey, I'll sue them. Yo, I'll sue them. I'll sue them so badly. That if anybody ever tried to falsely accuse me again, they better think 20 times, though. The government better be like, what? Put on glasses to make sure that everything is correct, bro. Cause dog, that is crazy, bro. And when he does sue them, he's gonna have that little bit of a leverage. It's like, yo, I'm not one, and they accused me wrongly, and I got my money back. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna be more willing, more forgiving if that's the case. Brands, not really, but who cares about brands? Let's be honest here, guys. Like, you could find a way to make money in another way. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah.
Ruined his brand and how much money he's lost out by spending that year and another year in these legal situations.
Yo. Crazy video. I mean, I don't know. Again, I thought like maybe after watching this video, I'll know how I feel about him, like coming back to the UK. I don't actually. Wow, it doesn't really like. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay. That's interesting information to get, but it's like, okay, cool, but what, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how to feel about it. That is, I don't. Because again, bro, this person right here could be guilty, and he could be innocent. So without further ado, thanks for watching the rest of the video. Thank you for chilling with your own. Comment, like, subscribe, and until next time, we've been the Lost Owen. We out.